Alright guys, Honey Hefe here. Saturday the 13th of July. And let's recap what I did. I'm exhausted and it's not, you see it's cloudy. It's fixing to rain, I can hear it. But it's so hot out here. I'm sweating. I didn't drink a whole lot of water. I thought this would be quick. Basically, I treated all these hives for Varroa with the oxalic acid with bleach method, the dribble. Of course, I used a spray instead. And I just did the top brood box. And the hives that had the supers on there, I took the supers off and sprayed down on top of the bees from the top brood box and put the supers back on. And like I mentioned, oxalic acid is safe to use with supers on. So I have to show you, well, I have to show you. I was gonna weed eat right here. You see how much the grass has grown after I mowed it. And the landowner mowed over there just today with his bush hog. Like even all that right there, I mowed that. Like all that tall grass, all the way back to that point, back in the back. Back to this. So here, there was two deep brood boxes from the bottom with a super on top, a medium super, and then another deep box on top of it that was from another hive that had a bunch of comb from a queenless hive. Well, there was brood in the top box, but not in the top, in the medium. So I pulled out seven frames that were 100% capped, that were in this position here. This box was in this position here. Put in 7 frames of foundation that I had stored over there. Eventually pulled out 5 or 6 frames, maybe 7 frames that had nectar and comb and all that stuff from over here, and set it in there and put the foundation where I pulled them out for a minute. I think I had a total of maybe 8 or 9 extra medium frames with just foundation. I ended up putting them all in this box here. This had 2 supers, pulled out a box and a half of 100% capped medium frames. Let me think. This box, I believe, had a bunch of, they were always just 2 deep. Well, this one had a super. But yeah, I'm tired. Here, I pulled out 5 frames of just foundation in the deep and put in 5 frames of deep comb. Deep frames of comb, had comb from a hive that I broke down in a different apiary. I pulled them out of the freezer, and I think that will be a good enough reason for the queen to move up and have a place to lay. There is a little bit of brood in the top box here. Here, I just broke it down. Changed out internal feeder, filled it up. Not enough bees to have, I think it had 3 deep boxes. I thought the top deep box would serve as a super. It didn't, it just wasn't enough bees in there. There's a lot of bees in there, but there weren't any in the top box, which was a super. So I just pulled it off, put some of those frames, because there's a lot of frames of foundation. I put them in there. Here, that's Brian's box. I pulled that little jar. I treated his hives, or his hive, for Varroa. Put the super back on. Here, treated it. I think there's one frame in there that's got just a little bit of comb. Put that in the middle. The rest of them is just foundation as far as the super. It had 2 supers. A lot of bees were filling it up, so I broke it down. I didn't want to take the supers completely away. Hopefully they'll add some comb to it. If not, I'll add comb back in there when I spin my honey frames. But for now, I think this is good. Here's a lot of frames in there. I put some swarm lure in there. I mean, just put it in there. If I catch a swarm in July, it's going to stay there. I'll nurse it back to a full hive over the winter, keep it there, and then make a hive out of it. These are the 2 boxes. I got super honeys. Oh man. So I just put this on top so the bees, when they get out, they can't get back in while I'm working out there. A lot of them have escaped. This is the bee escape. So they crawl out, they can't get back in. See, that one right there, he's not gonna be able to get back in there, or she. So what I'm gonna do when I drive off, I'm just gonna take this off, so any bees that fly up as I'm driving, well, you know, they won't be back at my house when I get there. They'll make their way back to their home hive. Matter of fact, I'll just do that now. Pull that off. I'll put it right here, just so you get a kind of an idea of the honey that I've got today from the green apiary. Every one of these hives, except for the one with the swarm that I caught last September, October, every one of them were from nukes that I bought this year. So that bottom box, I think it's probably got 8 or 9 frames in there. They're thick. They were from former 8-frame hives, spaced out that way at least. And you just have to see how thick that is down in there. So I'd probably say there's about 40, maybe 50 pounds of honey in there total. But I'm not going to be able to weed eat. I'm too tired. My string's not coming out, and I don't feel like messing with it with all these bees. They're not happy that I'm here. As you can tell, the weather is bad. And a few weeks ago, I made a video and I was talking about a dog. I think it was a cane corso that was out here. The landowner told me that the owner finally caught his dog about 3 miles from here. So I'm glad to hear that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and any suggestions or comments, man, I'm all for it. Thanks. Have a great day.